is Jeana Meri. I was born in Dearborn, Michigan. My parents are Sicilian. They're from Sicily. Their family is from Sicily. They were born here in the U.S. They migrated here for work in the factories. Everybody came to the U.S. in Dearborn to work for Ford and Chrysler. My parents are Catholic, and they always believed in being conservative. And they were very strict about no boys, no talking to boys. I have 3 older brothers. And they never agreed with talking or dating or any of that kind of stuff. So I kind of had a sheltered life where I was used to always, I'm the only girl, the youngest. And so I was used to always being like taken care of by my brothers and my parents and stuff. And they never pushed religion on us. They never pushed church or anything on us, but they were always open to different ideas, you know, like that. I was used to it. It didn't bother me, but then I would be mad when I was a kid growing up and my friends could go out and stay out late and I had to be home all the time or be home at a certain time. I was never allowed to go freely out, and like I never really had any American friends, like American, you know, like white friends. Or now my friends are Muslim, you know, from growing up. I think I was always attracted to them because they kind of had a similar life like me, and I wasn't allowed to go out, and they kind of weren't either, so we had a lot of similarities. And my mom liked the relationship between that because she always would never have to worry about my friends because they were always like good, you know, girls and stuff. So growing up, yeah, my mom, she was forced by her parents to go to Catholic school and do all that stuff, and she hated it. So she said, I would never force my kids to follow that way, but she was always, you know, very honest, and you have to do everything the right way, and you have to be good, and, you know, so she had you know, she followed it, but she didn't push it on us. So it didn't, if somebody would ask me, what's your religion growing up, we're Catholic, you know. We go to church on, you know, during Christmas time and Easter and stuff, and as we got older, my parents never really took us to church. Like, I would go with my grandmother and stuff, who was very, like, you know, we're Catholic Italians, you know. So growing up, that was my I guess I would say, until I got older and could think more for myself, that was what I would say. I made friends with a girl when I was growing up, and I would always see her mom praying. And I would always ask her, like, why do you pray like that? Why you have to do so much to talk to God? Why is it such, like, steps? So she's like, if you're really interested, I'm going to give you something to read. And when I was younger, the internet was kind of new, so it wasn't like you can get all your information there. So she gave me a ton of books to read. And I would finish one, and I would want another one, and another one, and another one. So I just became so attracted to Islam at such a young age. And I would tell my mom, and she's like, she would always encourage it. Because when I was born, there's a small story behind that. When I was born, I was crippled. My legs were crippled. And my mom told, she made a novena, which is like a dua. And she told God, if you can let my daughter be normal, that, I'm going to cry, that I'll push her, you know, to become religious. My mom made a novena, which is a dua, and she asked God, if you can make my daughter normal, I'll push her to become religious. I'll support her. And she's my biggest supporter, because as I grew up and I learned more about the religion, and I was so annoying to them because I would tell my parents, why aren't you Muslim, and why aren't you, you know, why don't you practice this way? And I started learning about Catholicism more and more, and it would make me like, it's so contradictory, the things that you would understand in Christianity. And my mom, she's like, you know, what can I say? I'm Christian. She doesn't want to, you know, disagree. But she would never argue with me, and she would never fight with me about it. She would, you know, I'm happy that you're religious. I'm happy for you about this thing. It became something, you know, did everything the straight way. She's my best friend. You know, my mother is my biggest supporter. We were always so close, and she's always, you know, the one to say, I'm happy. People that give you dirty looks or things like that, but my opinion is just to smile at them. And I think when they see that you're friendly and you're nice, I've never actually had somebody say, you know, you're a terrorist, or you're dirty Muslim or something. I've never had that. I've heard stories, but I've never personally, because I guess I always walk around with a positive attitude and a smile and stuff. And I think when other people see that, they want to approach you. Where I've actually gotten more compliments from little like old ladies. I was in Miami a few weeks ago, and a little old Spanish woman came up to me and she goes, "I'm so pleased with how you dress. I'm so like happy." She goes, "I'm Catholic and I love this, I love the modesty." So I've actually gotten more compliments than mean talks or anything. And even, outside of Dearborn, inside of Dearborn, it's never been, for myself, alhamdulillah, it's never been a problem. Everybody's always been very nice to me. I've never, even in the airports, and I've never gotten, they've never given me a hard time. So I'm happy about that thing. And I'm in college right now, and I'm doing Arab cultural studies, so I want to work in immigration and translation. And that is my goal, is to graduate college. And then I went to the Hajj already. Inshallah, I'd love to go many more times. But actually, I made some friends with our group in Hajj. We have like, everybody that went to Hajj, we were all strangers. We all came together. Now there's a group of us that we're like family. We're very close. And we sat down one day when we were in the Hajj and we were talking, and we said we have to go do ziyarah together, all of us. We have to do ziyarah. So inshallah next year we want to do ziyarah together in Iraq and go to Iran. And that's something I wish, inshallah, I can do that next year, the year after, with my family, because this my Hajj family, because that's my biggest goal. I think all my goals really besides education are religious. I'd love to see all the religious